Number
All right,
42,
good
Harry
afternoon.
Hill.
Welcome to the First Hawaiian Bank Hawaii High School Athletic Association Football State Championships, live here from Hawaiian Tail Federal Credit Union Field at Aloha Stadium. And this is going to be our Division II title game between the defending champion Lahainaluna Lunas and the Konawaena Wildcats. I'm Ryan Agano, providing play-by-play here for this first game. And joining me would be Chaz Mihara and the coach, Tevita Maile from St. Francis.
Aloha.
All right, so Harry Hill there, they call him touchback Harry Hill back in Kona because of his how often he can kick the ball into the end zone, and he demonstrates it right there. So Lahainaluna will start things off here from the 20-yard line. Chaz, quickly, styles make fights usually, and Lahainaluna with their modified wing T, they bring something to the table here versus Konawaena's aerial attack.
Oh, indeed. I mean, you're going to have one team that's able to gonna control the clock, and the other going to try and attack over the top with the air.
So Lahainaluna here, they're going to go on the jet sweep here. That's Tihara, actually, coming for around 3 yards on that play. And Lahainaluna, no surprise, they're going with the run here. Tackle made by Boaz Ayers, the safety. And take a good look there at Boaz. He will usually operate from the free safety position, but coach, let's check out the replay here.
This is what the defense needs to do, is come upfield. We all know that Lahainaluna is a ground and pound team, and stacking the box is not just going to do it. You got to come up and hit them.
Yep, assignment football is the key there, as actually it was Elijah Ragudo that got the first carry. This is definitely Joshua Tihara going towards the far sideline and picks up a whole chunk there. Not a good sign if you're a Konawaena fan. Let's check it out here.
Yeah, Konawaena's got to get off them blocks. They definitely need to shed them blocks off and attack the ball carrier if they're going to stop this red machine from running.
Yep, red machine, definitely they are here. Again, this actually be a play action. It's going to be Storr, finds a receiver. That's William Bookland. 20-10, touchdown. Lahainaluna draws first blood.
Lahainaluna caught Konawaena sleeping and forced them to stack the box. That is a definitely great play calling right there, recognizing the defense.
And Ryan and Coach, this is a huge drive. I mean, they got the advantage of starting out with the football, and you think about the coaches on the Konawaena side. You've been game planning week by week, trying to how you're going to stop this running attack. And 2 plays in, they come in with a play action, throws over the top, an easy score for Lahainaluna.
The extra point here by Pablo Rico goes through the uprights, and Lahainaluna 7, Konawaena 0, and this is the ideal start here for the defending Division II champions. As you can take a good look there at Lahainaluna getting off the field. Etuati Storr, the quarterback, only his second touchdown pass the whole year, but boy, it's a big one. Let's check it out here, Coach.
He makes it count, and that's what you got to do in this big game. Every single pass, every single run, you got to make it count.
And Chaz, we talked off camera about Konawaena here. This is the first time they've been here on the big stage here for all the marbles. Now behind the 8 ball very early.
Super early, and I think the big key testament is how they're going to respond after this huge play on that big drive. Can they regain composure and come back and say, hey, it's the first play of the game. Let's go out there and let's go ahead and execute.
So Pablo Rico here. Teeing off from the 40, it's a line drive kick, and this one will be way out of the end zone. So now Konawaena will start things off from their own 20-yard line. And as they come onto the field, we'll get to see one of Division II's finest quarterbacks in Austin Ewing. And this is a Konawaena offense that had no returning wide receivers after their 2016 campaign. And without the services of Kamakana Ching and company, trying to establish an identity on offense. And over the past couple games, they have done that. Draw play is going to be Chauncey Mariani Lewis there. Penalty flag thrown at the line of scrimmage, and let's see if this gain of 8 stands here. For Chauncey, a 5'9" senior, leads the team in total touches with 150 touches on offense and 10 touchdowns. The call here from Brandis Moore Fuentes, our head official.
Holding, number 64, 10 yards from the spot of the ball, first down.
So it'll be a holding call on the left tackle, Keanu Caldwell, by far the biggest lineman at 6'3", 300 pounds. And it's going to be a spot foul, I believe. No, actually, it's just going to be 10. So it's going to be 1st and 20 here. Got to see the replay of Chauncey running the ball, and the draw play may be a weapon here against Lahainaluna. Quad receivers to the far side, and it's going to be Ewing calling his own number, 10, 15. They're going to mark him at, they call it the 19, so he gets some of that penalty yardage back, and it's going to be 2nd and 11. Coach, Konawaena, definitely a different look here on offense than Lahainaluna.
And that is the key right there, is that man right there, number 6. He does everything. He can run the ball, he can torch you with his arm, and he definitely can make the right decisions. That's what got Konawaena here to the big championship game, because of that young man.
Absolutely. Chauncey Mariani Lewis with his 31st catch of the year. Yard shy of the first down, and Chaz, on that play, they decided to go with quintuple receivers to the far side.
You know, just the way that they set it up, not only did they load one side, but once they had enough where everybody got a man to cover, he was able to find an open space and get that first down, or close to the first down, excuse me.
So 3rd and 1. Important play here. Let's see if they can convert. It's going to be option read. Austin Ewing holds on to the rock, and he will get 4 on the first down here for Konawaena. The drive continues. And, Coach, that had to be a big relief here for Coach Uemoto and staff.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you can get a fresh set of downs, it's a relief to any offense and any team.
And you see him running between the tackles there. Lahainaluna, their defense is, they have some big ones in the middle.
Set the clock to 10-22.
Evalu Robinson at 6'2", 260 pounds anchors that defensive line. But Konawaena with a first Hawaiian Bank first down to start things off on their first drive. Ewing here from the gun. Trips to the near side. It's going to be Mariani Lewis here, 40, 45. Lahainaluna trying to strip the ball. No whistle, and finally, they blow it dead in Lahainaluna territory. Big run there by the big man. Gain of 18 on that. And Hafoka there with the stop for Lahainaluna.
Great play calling by the Wildcats offense, seeing that three down linemen is an automatic dive, and that's pretty much the ABCs and 101s of football. If you're low on the front end, you most likely are going to go right up the gaps, right up the middle, and that's what Lahainaluna is giving up right now, putting only the 3 stud linemen in, and hoping to stop the air attack.
Well, penalty flags thrown, and this is something that you're probably familiar, Coach, facing Konawaena for the past 3 years, is their high tempo.
12 men on the field for Lahainaluna, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So Kona catches with 12 men on the field, Coach. Definitely a tactic to wrap up the tempo.
That is definitely the reason. One of the benefits of having a high tempo offense is that if the defense is sleeping, that's what's the turnout's going to be. It's going to result in free yardage.
1st and 5, and on the read, it's going to be Ewing. 40-yard line and a penalty flag thrown by the side judge, usually in the area that could be holding. If the play stands, it will be a gain of 4. Etuati Store there with the stop on the near sideline. And for Konawaena, you have to figure that the margin of error is thin for them.
Holding, number 11, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
So the penalty on Jariah Kakal, the slot back, downfield block there. And that will negate a possible 2nd and 1. And Jariah is one of those many two-way players here for both sides. You'll see Jariah starting at corner also. You see Ewing all day to throw. He's going to tuck it and run. Breaks a tackle 45. Breaks another tackle 40. Far sideline, exit stage right. And it will be a first down, a first Hawaiian Bank first down for the Wildcats.
Ewing keeping the drive alive with his legs, is definitely what the game plan was set up to try to stop this guy. All game plan I know is around Ewing. And they're not doing it with the 3 linemen.
And another penalty flag, the 3rd of this drive. Or the 4th of this drive, excuse me.
False start, number 50, 5-yard penalty. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That penalty on Konawaena, the right tackle. Jumped the gun just a tad bit.
They're getting too anxious to get that ball in that end zone. Try to tie things up.
1st and 15. Yeah, we'll see the composure, how it's tested here for Konawaena, but the play calling has been pretty good. This time, Lahainaluna was able to diagnose the draw, and they do have 3. Jazz, so far, Konawaena here, this is a sustained drive, but penalties may be their undoing.
Yeah, you know, they're doing a good job of executing on the offense, but those few small penalties on those plays that are giving them first down have been hurting.
2nd and 12, and that pass is too high and away from Mariani Lewis, the intended receiver. And Coach, this is probably the highest or fastest tempo that we've seen here all year from any Hawaii team.
Definitely, these guys have been working on this all season and just getting better and better. And with that, you see the results here on Championship Day.
All right, so Konawaena will put a halt in things here. So a timeout. So we'll take one also here. 9:16 left in the first quarter. Lahainaluna, the defending champions, ahead of Konawaena.
Without looking, but roads aren't the place to play. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag try wait.
Welcome back to the Division II title match here from Hawaiian Tail Federal Credit Union Field at Aloha Stadium. Ryan Nagano, Chas Mihara, and the coach, Tavita Maile here, bringing to you today's action. Now, Coach, you faced Konawaena the past 3 years.
Yes.
Lost 2, but you won this past year. What was kind of the adjustments that you had to do to beat Konawaena?
Well, number one, as you mentioned, they've got the up-tempo offense, and we just had to be ready and set before the ball even was getting placed for play. So that was a definite big adjustment because we paid dearly the last couple encounters that we've had in the previous seasons with them because of that. And definitely, we know this year he doesn't have his receiving core that he's used to throwing to for the last 3 years as a starter.
You see Mariani Lewis there, gaining a little help from his friends. Gets 11 of the 12 needed to move the chains, and it's going to set up 4th and 1. And Kona, with their high-tempo offense, they don't need time to think this one over. They're already set up at the line. 4 receivers, Mariani Lewis, the lone setback. And now penalty.
False start, number 64, Konawaena. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And Caldwell is called again there, and that could be a drive killer from 4th and 1, now 4th and 6. But the resolve of Coach Uemoto is the same. He's going to go for it. Ewing has time, escapes pressure, throws, and it's too high. Intended receiver was Mark Bassa, the sophomore, and the drive stalls for Konawaena. And Chaz, just as we talked about, it was the penalties that undid that drive.
Yeah, you know, I'm liking what the play call, like how Coach said earlier, the play call that Konawaena has been able to do. It's just these small penalties. That was a huge conversion. It would have been 4th and 1, but that false start penalty drive them back to the 4th and 6, so it made it a lot difficult to complete that first down.
Lahainaluna has been a quick starting team here, and looks like Konawaena jumped off sides.
Encroachment, number 1, Konawaena. 5-yard penalty, down remains 1.
So that penalty is on Paka Kakalaitis, the All-BIAF defensive end. And Lahainaluna, now they're kind of ramping up the tempo themselves. 1st and 5. They're set. And now it's going to be a jet sweep over to the near sideline. Still on his feet, but finally that is Ragudo being brought down in the backfield. Stopped by the middle linebacker, Michael Banagan Brock for Konawaena. As we check out the replay here, Coach.
Kakalitis was the first in the backfield and just inches away from making a tackle for a loss on that play, trying to make up for that jump start that he had earlier play.
See Lahainaluna here with 12 seconds on the play clock. Again, it's going to be a trap play to the inside, and that's Ragudo again. He's close to the 1st down. And Coach, tell me something. When you face a team that has a modified wing T, such as Lahainaluna, how do you prepare your linebackers or even your defensive backs into trying to figure out where this play is going?
If we were to do any adjustments, we'd probably go man up on those. Linebackers would just stay man because there's a lot of cross action, a lot of counters, and you'd rather just stay with that man going across because it's going to overload on one side, and that's one less defender unaccounted for.
How do you look
Timer,
through all
please
that?
Reset the game clock. 7:54, 7:54. Thank you.
Coach, how do you look through all that window dressing, all that movement, all that shifting to figure out where that play is ultimately going to go?
That's a good question, and definitely you're going to have to be doing your homework before this big game, and I'm sure Konawaena has done their homework just to recognize formation.
You see Tejada there, breaks through some tackles. One man to beat, stiff arms Boaz Ayers, but it turned out to be a touchdown saving tackle as Lahainaluna enters Konawaena territory once more. Deadly efficient are these Lunas.
Luna's just playing physical football. As you can see, he's running through arm tackles, which Konawaena is going to have to make up. Arm tackles definitely is not going to stop these running Lunas.
Now this time they're going to go from a pistol. Again, there's a jet sweep fake, and Storer was not the quarterback on that play. That was Nainoa Irish, the 5'8 sophomore there, stumbling, and fortunately for, if you're a Wildcat fan, he does lose 4 yards. Chaz, let's check it out here on the replay.
Yeah, a little different setup here, and luckily the ball didn't come out on that handoff as he fell to the turf, so a good safe play. Luckily that the ball wasn't turned over there.
That's a designed option. As you can tell, he has the option to pull it or let it go.
You see Irish there taking off here, and he is corralled there by Ayers and Kakal in the near sideline, and it's now going to be 3rd and 8. One thing that I see about Lahainaluna, they can turn a negative play to a positive play, and those type of things can sustain drives, Coach.
That is definitely what football is about, is trying to make something out of nothing. And Lahainaluna seems to have mastered that with this type of offense.
Now it's 3rd down and 8. Looks like they got a fullback double wing setup. Strong side of formation will be towards the near sideline. Irish here looks to take the snap. And it's going to be Tejada there, and he has blockers on a convoy, but luckily for Konawaena, he runs into his own blocker, and Kalei Santiago was able to make a fortunate stop. But Chaz, right off the bat, we are seeing this offensive line. They're mobile, they can move and pull, and they're kicking out on blockers.
I mean, they're just doing a phenomenal job of, gaining that positioning on the line of scrimmage and opening those holes. This offense starts with them up front.
And it's 4th down and 4 here. Decision time for Lahainaluna. And no sign of Pablo Rico. So it looks like the Lunas here will set up quickly. And it's going to be Tejada here. Tejada is dragged in the backfield, and the drive stalls. The linebacker, Michael Banagan Brock, with a big stop. And now Konawaena able to get good field position on this one, Coach.
Definitely, and this is the big game. They're going to go for it, and sometimes it'll go for you, and sometimes it's going to hurt you. But this is the game to go for it. And, you know, we just got to trust our gut. He was, number one was not accounted for, and he shows up for big games all the time.
Now 5 wide here, and it's a tip ball there. And the big paws of the biggest of the defensive linemen, Ivalu Robinson, able to block that pass. Now Ewing is listed at 6 feet. Ivalu Robinson at 6'2". Good job there by Lahainaluna, Chaz.
Yeah, he did a good job of pursuing to the football and got his hand up right in time.
And again, it's going to be Mariani Lewis there. Draw play is stuffed. And a good stuff there by Lahainaluna's number 41 on that play.
Elijah Oliveira Kala'au.
That's right. He's kind of a hybrid at defensive end and linebacker, flying off the edge. And now Konawaena, 3rd and 11 here. Ewing all day to throw. And he is sacked. And again, it's that guy again. Oliveira Kaulu drops Ewing with a big loss. Now, if there's one thing in Austin Ewing's game that can be detrimental for Konawaena is that he is a risk taker. He gets big plays and
that penalty has been declined.
And also can give up big plays such as that there. And that's the life of a two-way quarterback, Jazz. When you try to make something out of nothing, that is the negative part of it.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it was a split second more. I mean, Weiser was wide open on the post route, but the pressure up front got to Irving that time, and it definitely faulted Konawaena on this drive.
And again, this should be, I believe, the 5th penalty on the Wildcats. They're going to march 5 more back. Brandis Mayor Fuentes, a busy man.
Number 34. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
That was on Cruz Alani, the long snapper for Konawaena. 4th and 24 now. This is a no-brainer. Bring on the big foot of Harry Hill.
Konawaena offense, I believe, still has the jitters in them, but it's slowly going to be coming out with this Lahainaluna offense and defense that they're matched up with.
And that return there was by Mystic Koha'aha'a, the 5'8" senior, and they will start in Konawaena territory. So let's check out this replay here, Chaz, of the return.
Mr. Kahaha did a nice job here of getting that positive yardage into Konawaena territory, and now we're going to be able to see if Lahainaluna can continue to drive here, get some of that momentum they had on that first series that they had.
Now, Konawaena would really need to tap into their skills of taking the ball away. They had 47 takeaways here for the 2017 campaign. They'll need to probably take some chances here as they're going to go with one of the fullbacks there. That was number 49 here for Lahainaluna.
Number 49, Ta'ai Ngalo Ia, if that's number 49.
That's right, and they list him at 76 in some publications, but this is a man that can operate as that bulldozer in the Wildcat setup. Definitely not a foreign thing for the Wildcats if they have reviewed the game film. Again on the sweep, it's going to be Irish here. Irish breaks some tackles, still on his feet, and finally the turf monster catches his ankles at the Wildcat 36-yard line. But it seems like Lahainaluna is always one slip or one man from taking it to the house, Chaz.
I mean, yeah, indeed. I mean, there's so many weapons on this Lahainaluna offense that they can go to, and that just goes to show the way that they set up their offense and putting their athletes in the right position.
3rd down and 4, Coach.
Turf and natural grass are definitely a factor, especially if you're coming from natural grass, which I don't know if you've guys seen Lahainaluna's field. It looks just like turf, but it's all natural grass.
And this is Tejada, stumbles his way and falls forward. 1st down Lahainaluna, and the drive continues here. Kolualani there with the stop, playing the defensive tackle position here. Let's take a look at it, Coach.
This right here is a momentum buster for any defense. If you're still able to gain 3 yards a pop, your defense is definitely going to be getting worn down. So we've got to, Konawaena's going to find a way to get behind the line of scrimmage and stop those ball carriers.
Again, it's going to be another counter, and Banagan Brock was first on the scene. Should be a gain of 1. Also, Ethan Abe there on the stop for Konawaena. So, Coach, you did a lot better job on this play, it seems.
Definitely. And as the game continues, you'll see the recognition a lot sooner for this Konawaena defense. You know, playing against them, we know how fast they can adjust and knowing how fast they can adapt to whatever offense scheme that we throw at them. And
again, they have a convoy of blockers, and they're able to get to the outside at will. That was Alika Pita. He's a 2-year starter on their offense, the 5'7" senior. And again, it's the same refrain over and over again, Chaz.
I know, the big player coming off of his block that time, Apakasi Felemi. He did a nice job going to the outside, gave that open hole up there for Tejada.
And again, almost methodically moving this ball downfield here, and it's going to be Tejada on that play, and he is stopped for no gain. And now it's going to be 4th down, 4th and 3, and well, Pablo Rico actually is trotting onto the field. He is more than capable of hitting 40 to 50-yard kicks.
This is probably his comfort zone right here. Kicking field goals for the Lunas all season.
He's a straight-on kicker. Well, actually, he will take a step to the left here. This will be a 42-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it goes wayward to the left. So Konawaena is able to dodge a bullet again here with 39 seconds left in the first frame. Lahainaluna maintains their lead 7-0.
He had the air behind it and also had all the foot power behind it. Just now the aiming needs to be tweaked a little bit so they can be able to collect more of those.
Wow, I checked off a ton of travel milestones lately. I tested out a new foil board in Bali. I tasted crab poppers in Portugal, and they were actually pretty good. And had my first indoor windsurf event in Paris. Looking back on it, it was a pretty epic year.
Check off your bucket list 5 times faster with the Priority Destinations World Elite MasterCard from First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
According to the National Safety Council, 1.6 million crashes per year are caused by cell phone use while driving. If you pick up your phone while driving, it might be the last time you ever do. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag try wait.
Right, Ryan Nagano, the coach, Tavita Maile, and also Chaz Mehara here, bringing to you this first of 3 championship matchups here from Aloha Stadium. As you see, the Lahainaluna fans, they travel pretty well, as they did last year when they were able to defeat Kapa'a for their first state title for their football squad. It seems like when you hear Konawaena and Lahainaluna, you figure you're in February and it's in the basketball court, but not today. It's going to be Ewing here. He's going to throw sideline, and it goes off the hands of Hunter Warsig, the sophomore receiver. It was the battle of the threes there as Storer provided tight coverage.
Lahainaluna is definitely a very aggressive secondary, and they have to be. If not, number 6 will find those weak spots.
Ewing 1 for 5 so far. Finds Basa coming off of tight coverage again. Kauha'a was able to stop short of the first down, but only the second completion for Austin Ewing. Let's check it out here, Coach.
Ewing is definitely getting warmed up, and being that it's still early in the first half, 12 seconds left in this quarter of the game.
Yep, so they get the first down. Time momentarily stops to move the chains. 12 seconds left. Most teams will take it into the second quarter, but probably not this team. In fact, they'll snap it. Ewing evades pressure, still on his feet, but still couldn't, and that will be a fumble. Lahainaluna is able to get this one to end the first frame, and a big turnover it is. Ewing, as he was going down to ground, was stripped by Elijah Moritz, the 5'11 linebacker. Let's check it out here, Chaz.
And you know, going back to the semifinals game, to get Konawaena here, turnovers was a big key factor in that game against Waipahu. And now going into the second quarter, Lahainaluna is going to have excellent field position, going to get the ball back and with the momentum.
Well, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back for second quarter action. Lahainaluna 7, Konawaena 0. This is Aloha Stadium Star Sports.
Woe is me. I've never been more upset.
These chicken tenders are as good as mine.
Boo-hoo.
There go my Sundays over a hot stove.
What's a grandma to do?
I'll just have to gut it out.
You got some tension, girl.
Oh, dear.
I think I'll be okay.
Dinner!
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat. They're not grandma's.
I'm okay with that. You okay with that? I'm okay with that.
But she's okay with that.
Son, we think that you and Island Insurance would be a great fit.
Whoa, I am so honored to meet you, Marcus Mariota. Oh, wow.
You're the perfect candidate for Island's Go Low auto policy.
What kind of rates would I get if I joined Island?
We might start you at $27 a month. Just the lowest rate to keep your car on the road.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Wow.
So, can we count on you to join our team?
Yes. But first, can I get an autograph?
Sure.
Call 643-4000 or visit islandinsurance.com.
Isn't worth a person's life. Put down the phone and drive with safety and caution. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag try wait.
All right, and we're back here for second quarter action. Again, Lahainaluna leading 7-0 over the Konawaena Wildcats. And talking off camera, even though Konawaena has a very high-tempo offense, it's the Lahainaluna Lunas that have been off and running.
That's right. And these Lunas is a very, very physical team.
You see it's Irish there. And that pass, let's see if they say it's trapped. Still no signal.
I know Irish's pass
and I guess
is
they're going to
complete
call that
to
a reception
24,
there. So
Elijah Ragudo.
I know Irish there with a completion, and Lahainaluna throwing it on first down, Coach.
You know,
Pass play went for a gain of 3 yards to the 31-yard line. Brings up second.
For this type of option offense, that is definitely the right quarterback to have. He's making the right decisions at the right time, and he's getting the jitters out.
So Irish remains as the quarterback here, and Irish will go back to pass. Has the receiver downfield. Bookland touchdown, Lahainaluna. They have caught Konawaena twice on the play action. And it's all systems running here for the Big Red Machine. 13-0 now here for the Lunas. And Coach, when that play action is going on all cylinders here for an option team, very hard to stop.
Definitely is, and it's showing on the scoreboard right about now. Lahainaluna is taking advantage of that box being stacked, and they're going over the top.
Rico puts it to the uprights, and it's 14-0 here. We'll take a look at a replay here first, Chaz.
And you know, just like how you mentioned the options that they are running, there's so many options in this offense that they can go to, the over the top, and also what we've seen earlier, that quick slant pass as well.
All right.
Will travel the length of a football field without looking, but roads aren't the place to play. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag try wait.
As you see, William Bookland, he only caught 4 balls the whole season, no touchdowns. But here in the biggest game of the year here for the Lunas, 2 catches, 97 yards, both of them for scores. Both of them on pretty much the same play, Coach.
We're going to, Konawaena is going to have to definitely put a safety over the top on him, or just man him up with their safety, because right now they're paying dearly for that mistake.
Back deep to receive the kickoff
Looks
for the
like,
Wildcats,
Boaz
number
Ayers,
7,
who was
Kalei
playing free safety
Santiago,
on the
along with
play,
number
got
9,
kind of-
Chauncey Mario.
Couldn't locate the ball as it was in the air. Bookland obviously knew where that pass was, and he was able to garner it in.
And the number 1 rule for all safeties is to be the deepest man back. And that's a cardinal sin if you're not.
Yeah, but I think they were peeping into the backfield a bit much there as Rico Line drives this one into the end zone. Again, Konawaena will start from their 20-yard line. And almost a familiar tone to last year's semifinal game that was played in Kona. A game in which Konawaena was bit with the turnover bug a few times and lost the field position battle. And for Kona here, they're going to really have to find things quick. I don't want to say that the alarm bells are ringing, but it will pretty soon. Ewing here from the gun. 4 receivers. Balanced formation. It's going to be Mariani Lewis here. Peeks his way through and will get 4 on the play. So Konawaena with a pretty good start here to start the drive.
Lucky for Konawaena, there's still a lot more football. I remember our matchup in not this season, but the last season. We had put them into a 2-touchdown deficit similar as this, and they came back to beat us by a point.
And they swing this into the backfield here to Kialakai Kihei, the 5'11 junior. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down here, and Konawaena with the up-tempo. Right as the play clock starts, they're going to snap this one. Ewing has time, and he has space. He should get the first down, and he exits towards the far sideline and will get 6 on the play. And Konawaena able to move the sticks. Ches, what do you see here?
I mean, it's easier said than done, but Ewing looked at his option that he had, didn't like it, didn't want to force a throw, and just that split decision to go and take off and run with the football is just incredible.
First down and 10, tunnel screen, and Tyler Labarus was the intended receiver. That play didn't really maturate at all, and it will be second down and 10. Now, a closer look at the stats. When you look at Austin Ewing's numbers, you know, he's a big play guy, but only 50% completion percentage. So basically, he's kind of a boom or bust type of quarterback. And talking about the boom, that's Mariani Lewis there for a 12-yard gain. Flag at the end of the play. Let's see if this play stands here for Konawaena, who has been hit with the penalty bug here to start things off in the first quarter. Again, the head official was Brandis Moore Fuentes.
Face mask, number 26. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, so that call will be on Moritz for Lahainaluna. Coach, let's see this draw play again.
Well, Konawaena had that penalty in their favor, and we need more of those big plays like that to be able to stay in the game with this Lahainaluna running offense.
Ewing here, and he will be stuffed there. Pocket collapsed pretty quickly, and there were a couple people that were in the stop. Viliami Hafoka was one of them. Also, Niles Pokipala Waiohu. And Konawaena there dusts themselves off pretty quick as you see the replay. And they're going to come out throwing. It's Labarios, the big target. And they will spot it at the Luna 34-yard line here, and it's going to be 3rd and makeable this time. The stop made by Kai Casco, number 21. And again, Konawaena up to the line very quickly. Ewing here, important 3rd down, has time to throw. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket, throws across his field, and that's incomplete. Kaihulali Casco timed that one perfectly as Labarios was the intended receiver. Let's check it out here, Coach.
I think the Konawaena sideline is looking for a flag as Lahainaluna's defensive backs, they're just outright physical. And as you can see on that replay, he was right there at the right time at the split second that he needed to be at.
4th down and 5, and for Kona, this is obviously the biggest play of their season right now. Ewing finds Labarios there, easy pitch and catch, still on his feet. And finally, Casco escorts him out of bounds, but Konawaena is able to convert on 4th down, and the drive continues, Chaz. Let's check it out here.
Tyler Labarios, and then this is where, as a coaching staff, you go to the play that you know can guarantee get you that 1st down. And that was a good, quick pass, good setup there from Konawaena.
Mariani Lewis decides to go wide. Not a good decision because Hafoka was there setting that hard edge, and access denied. Let's check it out here, Coach.
That play is designed to go right up the B gap or the A gap and go one-on-one with that middle linebacker, which he tried to avoid and got tackled for a loss of yardage. Sometimes you just got to put your head down and plow through.
2nd and 13, and that's intercepted. That pass was ill-advised. Actually, they're going to call it incomplete, and Konawaena, I tell you, they're dodged another bullet here. Let's check it out here on the replay, Chaz.
Let's see. Well, ref had a better angle because on that, as soon as he caught it, his body turned and it was away from the camera. Don't know if the ball came out then as soon as he hit the ground, because he was in the direction of where the ref could have seen it. So unfortunately, the Lahainaluna fans are showing their appreciation for that, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, appreciation. 3rd down and 13. They're going to whistle this dead here. And a timeout by Lahainaluna. They saw something that they didn't like there. So Coach Tejada does the smart thing and will use the first of his 3 allotted timeouts of the first half.
That's definitely a smart coaching move. If you're not comfortable with what you're seeing out there, you definitely have the ability to regroup and reevaluate the type of defense setup that you're set up to go with. And being that he's the head coach and the defensive coordinator, he's got that mentality, that defense mentality, which it seems like it's working so far because we all know defense wins championships.
Absolutely. And Chaz, again, whether it's negative plays or penalties, Konawaena seems to find themselves in a lot of these 2nd and 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, indeed, no doubt. And like Coach mentioned earlier about how the game of football is all about adjustments and making the best plays that you can. Definitely, for Konawaena's sake, they definitely want to try and limit those penalties. But probably one of the big issues that they're going to be taking into the locker room is trying to limit those penalties going forward.
Now, as Konawaena sets up here on 3rd and 13, just for people keeping score, the team who scores first in Division II title games in its history, 9 and 5.
Wow, that's a big stat.
And it's Mariani Lewis here. Drags a couple red shirts in his wake, and it's going to set up 4th down and 8. Now, this is definitely within Perry Hill range. We'll see if they go with that. It would be a 38-yard field goal if they do. But, Coach, is this the right call for Kona? They're down 2 scores, momentum on Lahainaluna's side. What do you think?
This is the big game, and you've got to go with the big calls. And that just might go for a fresh set of downs.
Now, 4th down, they decide to go for the post pattern. Kakal was the intended receiver, and he's trying to coax the officials to throw the penalty flag, and they did. So again, remember, this is 4th down. This is a very important call here from Brandis Moore Fuentes.
Defensive pass interference number 28, Lahainaluna. Half the distance, 1st down.
Again, Kona with another break here. We'll check it out here on the replay, Chaz, of this play.
Trying to see how. And it looks like he didn't even touch him on that play. And looks like Konawaena got a gift on that one. And the drive will continue here. And they definitely have an opportunity to get on the board.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Chaz, as Mariani Lewis there breaks a few tackles. Still nimble on his feet. Past the 10, down to the 8. And I'm sure some of the Konawaena fans are holding their breath because Lahainaluna is going for the strip anytime they have a gang tackle situation. Koha'a with the tackle. Let's check it out here, Coach.
Koha'a is definitely a playmaker for the Luna's defense, and he's going to definitely have to try to put a stop.
And back to live action. It's Austin Ewing. He hits the pylon, and it's a touchdown for Konawaena. They're back into the game here, Coach.
Ewing is known for killing teams with his arm and with his leg in this example right there. And that's the benefit of having a dual threat quarterback in your possession.
So for Ewing, 5th rushing touchdown of the 2017 campaign, and a all-important extra point here for Harry Hill. Hill has the state record for the longest field goal at 58 yards this season. Under the hold of, and it's a block kick there. Lahainaluna special teams. We have seen this last year against Kapaa in the state title game. We have seen it again. Big time play, but Coach, let's see the touchdown from another angle.
This is definitely why you've got a game plan around number 6. Last year he was scoring lives, all Hawaii Offensive Player of the Year, and this year.
What I really love about Tahiti and why I love going back is because the water is clear as any water could ever be. And from years and years of rain, it's created amazing water slides naturally in these mountains. When you go there, it feels like Hawaii, how it might have been 200 years ago.
Earn 5 times miles with the Priority Destinations World Elite MasterCard. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
According to the National Safety Council, 1.6 million crashes per year are caused by cell phone use while driving. If you pick up your phone while driving, it might be the last time you ever do. The HHSAA reminds you to #TryWait.
All right, and we're back here from Hawaiian Tail Federal Credit Union Field at Aloha Stadium. As you see, the cheering squad for Lahainaluna, all smiles so far. You see the Konawaena fans, they're taking shade in the blue section. I got to say, they're one of the more smarter fans. This heat is pretty brutal here. And that's what happens when you play the 2 o'clock game. As you see the score, 14-6 in favor of Lahainaluna. 7:37 left here in the first half. Ewing doing what he does best, dual threat quarterback, was able to get into the end zone. But it's that special teams for Lahainaluna that did the damage here, Chaz.
Indeed. I mean, you talk about special teams. Not only did it come up big on that last play on the blocked field goal, but you talk about Apollo with his leg, every time sending Konawaena deep and not giving them good field position to start.
No, absolutely. And Harry Hill here, again, the PA announcer back at Julian Yates Field in Kona calls him touchback. I actually had to hear a broadcaster believe that. They actually do. Let's see what Harry does, and it's a high kick, and it drives the return man 9 yards deep into the end zone. So indeed a touchback here.
Seeing is believing, huh?
Absolutely. And as the Lunas here comes back on offense, I mean, you see the score, Konawaena's down 1 possession, but it seems like Lahainaluna is really dominating more than that, Coach.
Definitely. The score is not really reflecting it, as Konawaena, as we've been discussing, has had a few great breaks to keep them in the game. And that's what it's going to boil down to, is he who makes the least amount of mistakes should come out victorious today.
You see Pita there coming on the jet sweep, but this time Kalei Santiago and company played assignment defense on that play, Coach.
We gotta always remember that this red offensive monster is not effective if you're tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 13, and usually for a wing T offense, 2nd and long seems to be good news for the defense, but Lahainaluna showing their prowess in the air. Let's see if they take it to the skies on this play. Instead, it's a lot of, that was a nice counter play. I tell you, all that window dressing there by Lahainaluna really can confuse a defense or even a play-by-play guy. Let's check it out here.
That definitely will. You know, you've got a lot of cross action going on, and finding out that the quarterback is the ball carrier, it's sometimes too late after he's crossing the line of scrimmage for a few yards. They've got to recognize that a lot quicker.
Well, from 2nd and 12 now to 3rd and 4 here for the Lunas. Let's see what they do here. Again, they're going to go to Ragudo on the fly sweep. And what a stop there by Boaz Ayers, running downhill and able to perform a hit. They will be short by a yard. And decision time here for Lahainaluna. Chaz, let's check out a stellar play here by the defense.
I mean, you just see all the bodies going and swarming to the football. They did an excellent job, and that was one of Coach's keys to the game. What they need to do is stop them behind that line, and they definitely did that on that job.
So Konawaena with some emergency defense on 3rd down. Late addition, that's Tejada. He's going to be one of the upbacks.
A fake punt would go good at this 1 yard for an extra 1 yard.
Absolutely. Storr with a nice high kick. Ayers will run away from this, and it would take an angular bounce out of bounds here for the Lunas. So for that kick, that's a 48-yard kick, no return, as the Kona offense returns back onto the field. Again, 5:17 left on the clock. And Chaz, a big opportunity here for the Konawaena offense to see if they can cut into this lead further.
Yeah, indeed, no doubt. I mean, they have 2 timeouts left, still 5 minutes before they head into the locker rooms. I think definitely to kind of keep this game close, you want to keep that ball out of the Lahainaluna hands on the offensive side. So trying to give their defense a break here and catch their breath, give that offense some running room here.
And again, another tip pass at the line of scrimmage. That defensive lineman, again, Olivera Kaulu, again with his 3rd big play of the afternoon. That's obviously something that the Lahainaluna coaches have talked in the film room as far as putting their hands up here against Ewing. Coach, what do you say about that?
Anytime you have hands in the passing lanes is a plus. And all defensive linemen should be playing with their hands up. Not down, not to the sides, but always up with Ewing at quarterback.
And Mariani Lewis here, he started off with nearly 7 yards a carry, but the defense is tightening up here for Lahainaluna as it's 3rd and 8. Labarrios again circles back. He may have lost yardage. They do give him forward progress, but he will be shy by 1.5 yards. Good bracket coverage there by Lahainaluna there, Chaz. Let's check it out here.
They did an excellent job. They did a switch route on the bottom.
It looks like the Wildcats are not going to be punting it.
4th and 3 and movement on the line.
Approachment, number 19, Lahainaluna, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Again, an inopportune penalty by the Lunas benefits Konawaena, but Coach, really quickly, this is something that Konawaena probably practices. If 4th and under 5, they go into a quick huddle.
Quick huddle and probably try to catch them off guard with a freeze play. That's ideally what you want to try to do, because if you don't catch them with the freeze play, you definitely can be able to punt it if you're going back in yardage.
And for Konawaena, that long play is going to get erased as Tyler Labarrios stuck out his arm.
Number 21, Konawaena, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Try to perform a hook block, but the block was too good there and in front of the side judge. So, again, another penalty for Konawaena as they march backwards. Chaz, let's check it out here on the replay.
And, you know, this gets to a point that if you're a coach, you get kind of frustrated because that, you talk about offensive linemen. Right here, the wide receiver was the blocker, and that's a block that you don't really need. He already passed you. He didn't need the block there.